Hi guys, TheF2PMaster's here with my 27th review. Today I'll be reviewing a very different game from what I normally review. Today I'll be reviewing a very unique fighting game by the name of Toribash. Toribash is a game that lets you make up fighting moves and styles and all kinds of different maneuvers through a at the beginning of the game. When you start, it'll be a little bit intimidating because the way it works is you manipulate joints in order to perform different actions, but eventually you'll catch on to it, and it's very fun. The graphics here are actually quite interesting. There's not much to them. You have these like stick figure people fighting against each other, and one thing I do like, however, is the physics here. The physics here are unsurpassed, and there is quite an insane level of gore and blood and all kinds of stuff like that here. I mean, you can rip people's arms, legs, heads off. You can rip their bodies into two pieces. It's quite fun to watch. It's almost as much fun it is to play. The blood effects here are also very realistic and will bounce around a little bit, just a little bit. Not bounce, sorry. It will spread and spill and all kinds of cool stuff like that. And it's just very fun to watch, and watching all the body parts flying realistically with the ragdoll physics is just great. The gameplay here, as I mentioned, involves you manipulating different different joints on different all over the body and your character's body in order to get him to do things. And on multiplayer, the outcomes of this are quite unpredictable, and it's very exciting to do this with other players. The way it works is you get to decide which joints to move slightly for 10 seconds every turn, and then you press space when you're finished, and then you wait for your opponent, and then your opponent will, and you and your opponent will perform whatever actions you've chosen to do, which you can do by, as I said, manipulating those various joints. And the fun isn't necessarily in planning out exactly your plan of attack, although I do enjoy it much. The fun is watching what happens afterwards. It is a very cinematic game, and after every multiplayer match you play, you'll see an instant replay of what just happened, first in real time and then in slow motion, and it is very cool just watching all the cool stuff that you did. The way the game works is using your joints, right? You have to either score the most points, or if the option is enabled by the host, you need to throw your opponent down to the ground first. Whoever falls and touches the ground with their with a body part that is not a limb, he loses. He is disqualified, as it were. And it is very addicting and very fun to do all of this, and it doesn't necessarily sound fun in the beginning, and it doesn't necessarily look fun seeing me, click on all the joints and stuff. But once you get in there and start playing and start getting to know it better, you'll realize that, man, this is such a great game, great ideas here. For the most part, community was pretty good. I had run into a few non-English speakers, and they left because I didn't speak Brazilian, and neither did the guys I was playing with at first. But I haven't really met too many mean people. I mean, it's a competitive game where you need to rip the limbs off your opponent to win, so what do you expect, right? All in all, Toribash is very fun, very fresh, and very just awesome. It will definitely keep you entertained for a very long time. I recommend you play this, and I recommend you put some time and effort in getting to know the controls, and instead of just rage quitting right at the start because you don't know what to do. Mind you, there are various tutorials online in order to help you out with all of this stuff. It's been the free-to-play master here with my review of Toribash. And this game gets a good 5 out of 5. And like I said, I recommend it. Have a good night. And please clean up after yourself when you spill, all that blood everywhere. It's not fun. It's not fun staining, a nice shirt or the carpet or something. Good night, people.